Alright, welcome back everyone into Code King Zaf here, and as you can see, I jumped in and I spent thousands of Essence Zones on the brand new skill runes, making sure I unlocked every single one of them, because I want to go in and test out the brand new runes to see just how good they are. I was very curious to see which ones are meta-defining, and which ones are juicy. Sorry, that wasn't a skill rune, I don't know what that's doing there. Anyways, we have the light, we have the fire, we have the wind, and we have the water runes. So let's see which ones are good and which ones can you maybe pass up on. I'll cover that. But very quick everyone, your free support was removed, so make sure you jump back in and support us again if you want to keep on getting brand new free codes sent to you. The link is down below. The supporter program gets reset every single time there's a brand new season. We are on season 11 now, so make sure you jump back in and support us because we have brand new codes coming out for Essence Zones, Mana, Power Extracts, and more. So jump in to get those codes coming in. And also big shout out to my boy NG, the first commenter on our last video. Now when it comes to brand new runes, I want to jump in and cover the wind one first because a lot of players will be confused because of the bonuses provide. You might say, well Zaf, wow, oh wow, a 20% damage increase. That is much higher than the Transcendent Vacuum Wave, but there is a difference in these passives, right? And I'll cover that. But first off, when it comes to the break, very simple. The arm break skill, obviously with the almighty break, provides a bit more break on the target, about half a bar more or less, which does add up. So when it comes to breaking, yes, it's better, but when it comes to raw damage, obviously it's a bit weaker overall. But we're not using these skills for the damage, although piercing thrust, the wind version, is actually not too bad in the damage department. But where these skills really shine is their passive bonuses. So we have one skill right here that I use. We got 468,000 damage coming in, but when I use the brand new skill, we got a bonus of 20% applied right away to the user's damage dealt, which translated into an 11.1% damage increase, which is obviously not the 20% increase we expected, and I'll cover that. But when it comes to the Vacuum Wave skill, it provides us a 17% increase to target's damage taken, which translated to an exact amount of 17% bonus damage coming in. So why is that the case? Well, as you can see, their descriptions are different. This one is an increase for the target's damage taken, which is a multiplicative buff, but this one right here is additive. So it applies on top to the bonuses we have already, such as the Obsidian set, already providing us a 60% damage increase. So this bonus right here is diminished every single time we have this bonus coming in. So that's why right now, when it comes to the best in-slot damage increase for jinwoo or even our hunters, this skill is just too darn good. The 17% multiplicative buff is huge. So when it comes to the damage output, yes, the skill is technically just slightly better, but when it comes to the buff it provides, it is not as good, and it only applies to jinwoo, so keep that in mind. But we can use these skills together. If the target has a break bar, these two skills used together is perfect. That is one of the best combinations out there. But when it comes to targets with no break bar, if we want the bonus applied, we won't be running the two skills together. No. We'll run Vacuum Wave here and any other skill to make the boss match up to the element to get the right damage coming in. So keep that in mind. When it comes to target with a break bar with a wind weakness, we will be using both skills, but generally outside of a break bar, we will not be using these two skills together. Armor break does have the permanent slot, but this skill is situational, of course. But I do want to mention when it comes to stacks, we get it in a single skill cast, which is honestly pretty nice. So the 20 stacks get applied right away, which is actually pretty darn good. You wouldn't expect it, because when it comes to stackable skills, we usually expect them to take a while to stack up. But watch this. Look down below in the status tab. I use a skill and boom, 20 stacks right away. That is the 20 stack down below, so very easy to get off. But speaking easy to get off, sorry, wrong tab, we have the brand new water skill. This one is very strong. Let me show you. When it comes to vertical arts, first off, well, this skill is situational. We have to attack the target when they're in the break state, where we do get the 250% break state bonus damage coming in. But again, that means we can't always use a skill. So this one's already out of the running instantly. Next up, we have Mutilate, one of the best skills out there in the water category. This one giving us a lot of damage coming in, a freeze as well, and also the bonus bleed effect, which gives us 600% damage every 3 seconds. Not too bad, but how does it compare to the brand new skill, which gives us a ton of bonuses coming in? It is a self-sufficient skill. Watch, this skill gave us 96.11%, but as we go down, boom, when it comes to piercing thrust, we got 94.34%, which is 45% more damage. Wow. But the percentages are lower, right? When it comes to brand new skill, it's lower. That's because of this passive right here. Flowing water, a flow state. I like it. We get a 90% damage increase and a water damage increase as well. And it stacks up to 3 times, which is just so good, right? So this skill right here is instantly our best water skill. It is the best in slot. But something that's pretty interesting is when it comes to the Transcendent version, the bonus is still pretty darn good. It keeps ramping up over and over again, and I've heard the percentages are just as good when it comes to the Transcendent version. So this skill, no matter what, is a best in slot. We're gonna run it if you want more water damage coming in. We have the brand new water weapon coming out too, so this will become even better with time, trust me. This is a skill you want to get. Maybe not right now, but very soon. It is a skill you want to run, because honestly right now when it came to the brand new game mode, the Architect Sass, I use the brand new skill in here because it's so darn good. It pretty much made this even easier. Although it might not be like a must pull, it was still very good to run. The bonus damage was noticeable. Now next up we have our light skills, and I do want to mention, obviously, when it comes to the arm break skill, it does have some pretty nice multipliers on there. We're talking thousands and thousands, right? But when it comes to the brand new skill rune, it's actually, well, quite weak. The percentage is very low, but it does have a brand new effect coming in. Using the skill increases a user's light damage dealt by 22% for 12 seconds. Making it very viable, of course, when it comes to weapons such as the quarterstaff. But how did it fare? Well, as you can see, this is the run using the arm break skill, giving us a total damage from our quarterstaff of, what is that, 36 million damage. Yep, 36.6 million. But when you use the brand new skill and we had the bonus effect applied, we got 41 million damage coming in. Not too bad. But you can see right here, the HP bars are looking very similar. That's because the arm break skill does, again, like I mentioned before, provide us a lot of damage coming in. So this will be situational. If it's a battle where we do need to break skills, I mean, come on, it'll be the perfect combo. They can give us lots of damage, but we do have that Death Sand skill as well, giving us the 50% crit damage bonus, so we'll see which ones work out the best together. But when it comes to raw damage from other sources, such as the quarterstaff, we got a 12% damage increase when compared to the 2, but why 12% effect? Why not the 22% as listed right here? Well, this is a light damage dealt. That means it's adding on top of the other bonuses we get, such as, let's say, weakness detection. I believe that's the same bonus. It's an elemental type bonus. So this isn't like a one-to-one bonus as you saw right here. We got a 12% increase from it. So keep in mind when it comes to all these bonuses, they are generally going to be additive. They're going to add on top of the bonuses we get already, which does diminish some of the returns, but still, I mean, 12% higher damage is quite nice. We get a lot of light damage increase from this build, and as we go down here, we can see their breaks are obviously the same. They are both almighty breaks, which is very nice. The light category has a lot of break coming in. I love to see it. When it comes to damage, like I mentioned before, the skill damage is obviously much higher when it comes to multi-strike, giving us a noticeable difference. The new skills damage is just not noticeable. The percentage is low, but when it comes to use case, yes. If I'm doing a lot of light damage, I'm probably going to use this skill right here and potentially pair with this skill right here. But again, remember, we have some other options when it comes to light category. This skill is just actually very amazing. When it comes to Death Sand Earth Shock, we get a 60% crit damage amount coming in. And also, as a reminder, we do have Double Down, which is also another good skill. So I don't know if this skill is going to be used anymore. It provides the same break, but doesn't have the damage bonus, but does have more damage from the skill itself. But I would say right now, Multi-Shadow Strike is probably going to replace to get that bonus light damage coming in. The kick is... I can't believe it's actually a kick. The kick is actually a not bad skill indeed. But let's jump into the fire skill now. When it comes to the fire skill, unfortunately, the testing is a bit difficult to do. I'll explain. So first off, when it comes to dagger toss, that is the one alternative, giving us a lot of damage coming in. It is half the cooldown of the brand new skill, and it provides us a lot of damage because it is 9 daggers coming out. So it's 9 times 766, which is actually pretty strong. We got 11 million damage coming in, but when it came to the brand new Piercing Thrust Fire Rune, we got a lot of bonus damage. We got 50 million just because when this skill is used, it applies a burn, and when a target has a burn effect, our damage increases by 180% when it comes to the Firestorm kick. So this skill does seem to be a bit stronger than the Dagger Toss. We're comparing the Transcendent version to the Legendary version, so we are a bit behind already when it comes to our damage, but still, it's competing very well. But there is one more skill to kind of consider, that is Sonic Stream. The only issue is, one, we can't really gauge the bonuses we get from the skill because we get that core gauge charge, which is actually quite decent. And also this right here, it increased our core attack damage by 280%, so the only way to properly test a skill is to jump into combat and have our skills and weapons, etc. But the issue is when it comes to the fan of the Fire Demon, it is currently bugged. The bonus effects aren't applied correctly right now, even though the developers kind of mentioned that they fixed it, so we do have to wait for the Fire Rune testing. It'll be done later on, and we'll just see when it comes to game modes like a guild boss, is it going to be viable? Even the power of destruction, we'll see. But right now, if you have Dagger Toss, you're pretty much good to go, but the brand new rune does seem very promising, giving us a good damage result. When the target does have the burn on them, it does pretty much kick them and also apply more burns coming in. And yes, of course, I do know that these skills have different cooldowns. I use them as much as possible until the time at 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Obviously, we could adjust the testing, but for now, this is just preliminary. When it comes to Fire Rune, we can't test it out just yet until the fan of the Fire Demon is fixed. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed. We have some very promising runes in here. The wind one is decent, right, for various situations. The water one, though, the best in slot, my gosh. And the other ones do have their use cases too. So if you enjoyed, make sure you jump in and support us for free. That we get a bunch of codes coming in very soon. And make sure you subscribe and drop your like. That way, of course, I do know you want more content like this. So on that note, this is your Code King Zeph signing out. I'll catch you in the next juicy video, of course.